The top stories for the hour. AFSA calls for urgent transformation of Africa's food system, urging government to embrace indigenous knowledge and food sovereignty. And Ethiopian airline inaugurated 150 USD state-of-the-art aviation facilities. Hello and welcome to TBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. It's me, Magdala Sigum, with today's updates. Do stay with us. The Keen Ethiopia Cultural and Art Group has been met with a warm welcome as it embarks on the high-profile week-long tour in Beijing, China, aimed at showcasing Ethiopia's vibrant culture revival to the world. Organized by the Ministry of Culture and Sports, the delegation is set to captivate audience in Beijing and other major Chinese cities with an impressive array of performance, including traditional music, eye-catching fashion and design, authentic regional costumes, and the celebrated Ethiopian coffee ceremony. Minister of Culture and Sports Shawit Shanka emphasized the vital role the group plays in promoting Ethiopia's resurgence on global stage. The minister expressed strong determination to leverage this cultural exchange to further boost the national economy by fostering collaboration with international partners. Ethiopian ambassador to China, Teferra Derribo, welcomed the group in Beijing and welcomed the mission of the cultural group as it serves as a bridge to strengthen diplomatic relations and mutual understanding between the two nations. State Minister of Government Communications Service Tesfaun Gobezai, for his part, highlighted the delegation's critical mission to broadcast Ethiopia's story of resurgence through the universal language of art. As the group's vibrant performance unfolds, Ethiopia's cultural revival will resonate beyond borders, strengthening diplomatic ties and inspiring new avenues for collaboration and growth. Ethiopia has disclosed that it has secured a record $32.1 billion from foreign revenue source in the 2024-25 Ethiopian fiscal year. The Ethiopian Finance Forum was held on Tuesday, bringing together policymakers, private sector representatives, and other key players in the financial sector. The forum centered on critical issues such as sustainable development, macroeconomic reform, and trade challenge facing the country. At the event, Governor of the National Bank of Ethiopia, Mamo ምህረቱ, mentioned a series of well-researched macroeconomic reforms that have been implemented over the past several months, leading to significant as well as positive change. The governor stated that total foreign currency inflow from all sources increased from 24.7 billion USD last year to 32.1 billion USD this year, serving as a key indicator for economic stability and progress. Finance Minister Ahmed Shide, for his part, emphasized that Ethiopia's ongoing macroeconomic reform agenda has played a pivotal role in driving multifaceted growth across various sectors, including agriculture, industry, tourism, service, and mining. The minister further stressed the government's practical commitment to expanding the role of private sector in national development. Africa's food system faces numerous challenges despite the continent's rich biodiversity and agricultural potential. Hunger and malnutrition persistent. Climate change, land degradation, and reliance on import and chemical-intensive farming expose deep vulnerabilities. The Alliance for Food Sovereignty in Africa, AFSA, is calling for a bold transformation, one rooted in agroecology, indigenous knowledge, and farm-led solution grounded in food sovereignty, the right of communities to define their own food system and protect indigenous seeds. This call was made during the opening of the African Chef Gathering and Policy Convening on Africa's Food System held in Addis Ababa under the theme My Food in Africa, Chefs and Changemakers Shaping Food Future, where chefs, policymakers, grassroots leaders and from across the continent came together. Take a listen to this.
The food system transformation agenda is a justice agenda, because the food system, our food system is globally controlled by very few actors and through a number of influences, through the neo-colonialism in order. They just want to control our food. So when we talk about food system transformation, is reviving our culture, rehabilitating our land, ensuring the diversity of the food system, ensuring the diversity of the biodiversity on which food system is based, and ensuring the continuity of our culture. That's very much important. Food sovereignty for us is food system transformation.
Meanwhile, Ethiopia's Minister of Planning and Development says the country is setting a strong example through climate-smart agriculture and inclusive food policies.
The government of Ethiopia has been implementing various policies and strategies for enhancing the effective implementation of climate change adaptation and mitigation actions. Our government, along with various stakeholders, has taken proactive measures to address the vulnerabilities, build resilience, and reducing the greenhouse gas emission at different levels. With climate resilience strategy, national adaptation plan, nationally determined contributions, long-term low-emission development strategy, and other related guidelines and implementation manuals and adaptation and mitigation interventions. We've been also working on aligning food systems transformation with climate policy actions. This means investing in climate-smart agriculture, restoring degraded lands, empowering smallholder farmers, especially women and youth, and promoting sustainable consumption.
Million Belai, General Coordinator of AFSA, emphasized that African chefs can play a vital role in promoting indigenous foods and advancing food sovereignty across the continent.
Chefs are becoming famous, Some of them are thousands of followers. So we just want to address the followers of the chefs. And also, the reason that we brought policymakers is that when chefs, are working with food, with ingredients of food, and the culture of food, when they speak to the policymakers, it makes change also. As you know, also next week we have a big meeting starting in Ethiopia, the 4th UN Food System Summit. So, and everybody's excited. They know that they were having this meeting, and they say, oh, we are very much creative. So the outcome of this meeting will go to that meeting also.
The United Nations World Food Programme has praised Ethiopia's integrated approach to tackling hunger, linking emergency food aid with long-term development efforts to help build stronger, more resilient food system across the country. Speaking to Ethiopian Broadcasting Corporation, Zlatan Melziak, World Food Programme representative and country director for Ethiopian, hailed Ethiopia's model for combining immediate humanitarian response with broader socio-economic strategies. Melziak also emphasized that the upcoming UN Food System Summit, slated for July 28 to 30 in Addis Ababa, will be a pivotal moment for Africa, offering an unprecedented opportunity to spotlight innovation and food security, mobilizing investment and accelerated strategies that build resilient, inclusive food system across the continent. Jerusalem Baza has the details.
Approached by Ethiopian Broadcasting Corporation, Zlatan Melziak, World Food Programme representative and country director for Ethiopia, stated that other Africans should take lessons from Ethiopia to link humanitarian and their country's development efforts.
The very important thing is really to link humanitarian and development efforts and put them into one system. As long as we have two separate sets of activities, the system will never be adequately built. I think the main thing that many other African countries can learn from Ethiopia is this national lead, ownership and investment in agriculture, in food security, in social protection, and in humanitarian responses. It's also important that government has made visible additional investments in agriculture, which is the most important really economic activity in the country, to help people produce more food, increase their productivity, but also their incomes, and therefore their food security, as well as reduce the poverty.
Ethiopia's innovative approach of combining emergency food aid with long-term development initiatives is being held as a blueprint for Africa, said Zlatan Milisk.
There are certain innovations and progressive steps in Ethiopia. There are in other countries as well. And it's very important that we learn from each other. The World Food Programme, as I said, provides assistance where needed, provides different building of infrastructure and assets where needed. But equally importantly, we are very happy to see a very strong government lead and ownership in these food system building activities and policies and plans, because Ethiopia expects to be self-sufficient by 2030, and supporting them to build their assets. So we work on providing expertise, but also sometimes resources in building national emergency response facility.
The country director also emphasized that the upcoming UN Food Systems Summit, slated from July 28 up to 30 in Addis Ababa, will be a pivotal moment for Africa, offering unprecedented opportunity to spotlight innovations in food security, mobilize investment, and accelerate strategies that build resilient, inclusive food systems across the continent.
In my view, one of the most important initiatives of the last 5-10 years of the United Nations, building really consensus on the importance of food systems. And it is very important to keep the momentum, to keep checking how much we are advancing or not advancing, because some countries are advancing, others unfortunately not. As we know, we have had various disruptive factors from COVID and pandemics to continued prevalence of malaria, cholera, and various other diseases in many countries. Then we have the geopolitical situation, which is quite unstable. We have, more and more connection of assistance to various other factors that are more political, linking them to trade or geopolitical goals. So the situation is far from ideal, but it's very important that we keep the momentum of countries taking the lead and focusing on food systems, and us as international community supporting them, especially those who are showing that progress and they are demonstrating increased productivity, better social protection for those who need support, and so forth.
Ethiopian airline has officially opened a range of advanced aviation facilities, including new hangars, a sophisticated aircraft component shop, and a modern aircraft parts store built with a total investment of $150 million USD. This project, completed in 2 years, marks a significant advancement in the airline's Vision 2035 strategy aimed at improving maintenance, repair, and overhaul MRO capabilities when supporting the growth of its fleet. The inauguration ceremony was attended by senior government officials, diplomats, executives, and other esteemed guests. This top-tier facility demonstrates Ethiopia's airlines commitment to supporting its expanded fleet, enhancing operational efficiency, and solidifying its status as Africa's largest and most reliable aviation group. During the ceremony, Lieutenant General Yilma Merdasa, Ethiopian Airline Force Commander and Board Chairman of Ethiopian Airline, highlighted the importance of the new infrastructure on both a national and continental level. Masfin Tasso, Group CEO of Ethiopian Airlines, underscored the significance of investment to meet the objective set out in Vision 2035. As Ethiopian Airlines expand its operation both continentally and globally, these advanced facilities will provide a foundation for sustainable growth, innovation, and high-quality aviation service. That's all we had for today's update, but before I go, let's have a recap of the top stories once again. AFSA calls for urgent transformation of Africa's food system, urging government to embrace indigenous knowledge and food sovereignty. And Ethiopian Airlines inaugurates a $150 million USD state-of-the-art aviation facility. Thank you for tuning in to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. It was me, Magdalena, with today's updates. Goodbye.